Just great. Well, it's January 28th, and this is Comfortably Habit number 2. I'm James Williams Jr. And I guess I'm more or less finishing up the month with comic book gems. I don't really know what to call them other than comic book gems. So, combing through some more things. Remember how I was telling you guys about what ifs? I also found the official handbook of the Marvel Universe. So basically, remember that thing I showed you with the Justice League with the DC Comics, rather, the Who's Who? But this is basically the same thing. I cannot honestly tell you who came out with it first because honestly, I don't know which comic book company existed first. And rather than sit here and tell you a bald-faced lie, because some people can lie and that's their thing, you know. And it's okay with me if you're a liar and that's what you want to do. Hey, knock yourself out. So, in some of the comic book gems, and I did read the Joni Thunder, aka Thunderbolt, from the DC Comics, and it was a pretty good read. And it was about a young woman who was half Cherokee. I haven't gotten to Scope Hunter, and I've glanced at some of the other books, and then I found this, and I went and found all these New Mutant books. And New Mutants was like one of my favorite comics in the 80s or whatever. You know, they were like the X-Men second team that was ready to rock and roll. I also found some Excaliburs. So, you know, anything X-Men, it's mine, you know. And there's no better team for me than the X-Men and everything connected to the X-Men. So when I stopped reading it, you can only imagine how hurt I am that I stopped reading it. And I already explained why I read it. I don't know when these things are going to be up, being that this computer is having some issues uploading to my YouTube site, just like my other computer. So I'm going to need to take these damn things in and figure out what's going on. So whenever this airs, you know, I'm sorry, but it's predated for the 28th. You know, to be the 29th in like 45 minutes. So, as I undo my baby ponytail, that doesn't seem like that's going to happen. I just wanted to touch up on a few things, you know, and review whatever. And I also found some Power Pack comics. You know, a lot of people were sleeping on Power Pack, but they were pretty good for 4 kids, you know. And it's the same thing. I've also found an X-Men Teen Titans crossover. So clearly Marvel and DC have had more than a couple of times of collaborating. And that was before they started making them fight each other. Back when comics were, in my term, great and readable. I also touched up on some of the old Jonah Hexes and the new Hex comics that had came out in the 80s, 90s era to revive Jonah Hex. And while I'm on that, for everybody who's seen the Jonah Hex movie with Megan Fox and Josh Brolin, I'm not really sure if they actually made them read comics or not, because a lot of the Jonah Hex comics involve Native American women as well. So, you know, it kind of was a little off, and it wasn't as good as I had expected it to be. Now, I'm not knocking none of their acting skills. You know, hell, if I was a good actor, I would be working instead of making video blogs all the freaking time and praying that someone sees me and offers me a job. This is like the tightest rubber band on the face of the planet. Anyhow, so I touched up on some of these comics, and it took me down memory lane, you know. Took me down a whole lot of memory lane. Got it, finally. Y'all probably can't see that. I still have one more. Which, again, they're supposed to be ouchless. Yeah, see how that's working out. Anyway, as I'm getting ready to go to bed, I generally undo my hair at night because sleeping with rubber bands kind of sucks. You know, and as a man of my word, because it's really all that I have, you know, I posted some videos up about comic books, and I wanted to do that because I watch a lot of Mojo or whatever, and I'm always open to suggestions, and if they want to give me a job, I could sure as hell use one, in the media form. I like to talk a lot, and I look good in front of the camera. Might need a little bit of a wardrobe exchange, but, I dress comfortably. I don't dress to impress. Ah, damn it. There goes that rubber band. Okay? And no matter what, my hair does not get cut. Not until I'm 50. So that gives me 8 years to go. A lot can happen in 8 years, though. But I like to keep my promise to my dad that I wasn't going to cut it again. And so I'm not. And I don't really give a rat's ass who doesn't like it. No. No, I do not have a regimen of brushing my hair 150 times. That's a little bit excessive and ridiculous. Maybe if it was longer, maybe if I didn't have blue magic in it so that it stays straight instead of curling up. Guess it kind of depends on how you look at it. I mean, if it's not on your head, you probably won't complain. But anyway, I want to talk to you about these Marvel Hand Guide Universe things. One, there's another one with the guys from A to C and from C to D and etc. etc. It's an alphabetical order. It gives you past stats on superheroes and stuff. And some of them have left off some things because some of the C ones and the D ones, they left off some of my favorite heroes with those letters. Because they have Cannonball, but they don't have Danielle Moonstar. And they have Cyclops, but they didn't have Colossus. And it's like, well, CO comes before CY, but it's not in there. So basically, depending on what books you get, you got this guy. It gives you all the stats. Molecule Man. Yes, I can read. It gives you Moon Dragon. It gives you Moon Knight. It gives you Moonstone. I kind of don't remember some of these people. And then it gives you Michael Morbius. Yeah, he's a Night Stalker. For those who have no idea who the Night Stalkers are. It gives you Morgan Le Fay. So you pretty much get the gist of it. But these are good, like, how-to guides. And you should probably check them out. Morlocks. They're the unsightly mutants that you don't get to really see. Miss Marvel. And there's an old picture of Skids down there. I don't remember Tar Baby. But I guess they counted them as Morlocks because they're still in the Morlocks file. Okay, from Mole Man to Owl. See, I didn't read that. And you got Mutant Force. And a lot of things, in the Mojo Jojo, they left off the Freedom Force factor with Mysterio. There she is, Mystique. I'm pretty sure this book's probably not going to say it. Yeah, it does. Hot damn. Get your shoes off real quick. See if I can zoom in on this puppy. Hey, Mojo Joe. Hey, Watch Mojo. You left off this one little factor. Right there. Freedom Force. Right in there. With her on Crimson Commander, where they used to hunt mutants and force them to join Freedom Force. So there are other things. Namorita, Submariner's cousin, who would later wound up being a clone when she was a new warrior. Necra, however. Cool ass name though, right? The New Mutants, my favorites. We have Karma. She was from Vietnam. We have Danielle Moonstar. She is a Cheyenne. Roberto Tacasca. He was from Brazil. Wolfsbane, she's Scottish. Cannonball, he's country. I forgot where Magma was from. Ileana, she's magic. She's from Russia. Warlock and Doug. Now, granted, there were others eventually that would be in there that just weren't featured in this book because some of them came from exterminators. Don't think they'll be in here. But the whole concept is they left Kitty Pryde out of there too. Master. Part of Power Pack. I forgot who Mayhem is. But you get the gist. You find these things and they kind of give you a more adept background on them. Nightshade. I don't remember her. But I will be able to do some reading up on it. You know, Nimrod, best Sentinel ever. That was the baddest Sentinel. Better than Master Mole, better than everybody. Nitro, I don't really remember. And Nomad, I don't remember. North Star, who nowadays he's gay, with a black dude as his boyfriend, husband, whatever. He was in Alpha Flight. Nova, one of the Heralds of Galactus. She replaced Norrin Red, the Silver Surfer. Then she would be replaced by Thanos, not Thanos, Terex. Nucleo, I have no idea who he is. Odin, we all know who the All-Father is. King of Asgard. Olympia. So it gives you like places of where they live and maps and all that stuff. Then you have the Guardians. You have Apollo, Artemis, that guy right there I can't pronounce, Hera, Neptune, Hermes, that little fat person down there I can't pronounce, and Athena. You know, no one likes an honest person. If I can't pronounce it, I can't pronounce it. You still have Venus and Vesta. I have no idea what they have to do with Asgard, but okay. Then you have Omega Flight, which was like right behind Alpha Flight. So I really haven't figured out what Diamond, Lil, and all them. I'm pretty sure that Omega Flight were kind of sketchy, you know, because Wild Child was in there. And Wild Child at one time became a bad guy who was on a chain that used to be held by a Sabretooth. And you got Daphne Courtney, Smart Alec, and he's kind of like the leader. So I have no idea who Daphne Courtney was, but she was somebody. She apparently was a robot. You have Orca. I have no idea who he is. But I guess he's supposed to be like an Atlantean and kind of like the whale. And you have Overmind. I don't remember him. You know. And you have Owl. Like it said, from Molecule Man to Owl. This is awesome. From Richard Rider to Sidewinder. Richard Rider, if you don't know, he was Nova. At least he was the original Nova until they kind of found out that there were more Novas before him. And you know, Marvel and them are all famous for doing that. So there he is when he's Richard Rider, and he became the Nova. I forgot his actual story, but Night Thrasher brought him back from retirement by throwing him off of a building. And then a Ringmaster, I don't really remember him, but I'm pretty sure he's given everybody some hell at some level or another. Rocket Raccoon. All you guys know him from Guardians of the Galaxy. Now, in this thing, it goes back to say that he was a half-world Keystone Quadrant system and captain of his own starship named Ship. Alright? It does not mention him being in the Guardians of the Galaxy because he was an interplanetary explorer. However, they changed things up a bit. You know, there's the girl Rogue, who would later become an X-Man. She started off bad. You know, Rom, the Space Knight. And I forgot how he became a machine, but I'll probably read up on that tonight too. And then there's Rom's weapons, and there's Ronan the Accuser. You guys remember him, don't you? Yeah. And the Rose, I can't remember him, but, you know. So, I just wanted to touch y'all up on it, and now I'm going to end this video, because it's at the 15-minute mark.
All right.